Hey, afternoon everybody. Feedback suggests that the walking and talking videos have kind of run their course. And I think that's probably fair enough. I will still be walking because I need to desperately lose this bloody great big gut to help my diabetes. But from now on, I will be reducing the videos to a preview video and a review video maybe. Mainly, I think I'll focus on the review videos because that's what I used to do before. Previews maybe, depending on if there's anything really to talk about, because I don't want to overload people and get people even more bored with me than they already are. So, with no further ado, no more waffle, we'll talk about the game on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Amazing to actually have it at that time, a bit of nostalgia feeling. I didn't go, as I said, I had a previous engagement, but I did manage to watch the majority of it on the TV. And I have to say, surprised initially at the lineup. None of the new players in and all the rest of it. But listen, it was working before, and Conte clearly trusts those players. Whether we do or not is a different matter, but from Conte's perspective, he clearly trusts the players that you wouldn't necessarily have in the squad. Davis, I thought, had a bit of a knock, so maybe the time where he's not been playing has been to get himself ready for that, for the start of the season. So it kind of makes sense. I personally didn't think he was. I didn't think he was ready yet, but clearly he was. And Perisic. For me, I thought he'd be a straight-in starter, but clearly the view is that Sessegnon is one for the future and one that we want to get as many minutes to as possible. And obviously that paid dividends because the kid scored a great goal. Shouldn't have missed it because it was pinpoint onto his head, but really well taken, and I think that gave him some real confidence. You could see in his celebration how happy that made him, and how that must be like a weight off his shoulders. First game of the season, getting a start above Perisic, you're under pressure, you've got to perform, you get in there, header, great goal, to get us back into the game after going 1-0 down to Ward-Prowse, who, was a player that everyone was shouting about, or well, not everyone, but a lot of people were shouting about, one that we felt that we should sign, but, took the ball well. Initially, I thought he was a bit lucky. I thought he's a bit of a lucky bounce there, but actually, Ward-Prowse, he did take that really well, bouncing over, I think it was Dyer's head, couldn't quite get there, so a bit disappointing for him. Nothing Hugo could do about it. He used the wrong side of the goal to get across there to get that. So, but anyway, going 1-0 down with the same starting 11 that we ended last season on was kind of like, what's going on? Here we go again. We're gonna learn. What's the point in buying players if you're not going to use them? But actually, the response from the team was really good. And I think it's the thing that Conte has really added is that steel and that aggression to really get to the ball and really get going. And for me, I thought we played really, really well. Great to see Eric Dyer getting on the score sheet as well. Really pleased to see that because again, guy comes under a lot of stick, and he must be thinking, if someone like Conte believes in me, then I can do it. Playing against alongside Romero, who is continues to be a Rolls Royce of a player, amazing to see. And I think he's brought Dyer on no end of that confidence that he's got somebody alongside him who he can really count on. So great to see that. The third goal, the own goal, I've no idea what that guy was doing. He literally passed it into the back of his own net, and I'm like, is there some betting issues in there? You know, did he have money on himself to score an own goal? You know, did he have money on, you know, a 3-1 defeat or something? I don't know, because that seems really, really mad for him to put that in the net like that. But listen, you know, you take it, don't you? You take it all day long, and then that gives you the opportunity. I've got an itch, it's driving me mad. Sorry, got an itch, into the game, and you go on and you have to say, Kulusevski, you know, wow, what a player, what a player. The guy he's just picked up from where he left off. He's just not stopped. And again, another great goal, great ball through. You know, for me, I just think he's been one of the best signings for a while, you know, for quite a while. You know, he's come in and he's just playing with freedom and expression and that youthful attitude of, you know, I can do it, and he has, and you can't knock him. So overall, we come away with a 4-1. We come away with a 4-1 win against a team we, you know, you can slip up against. They've had some results against us coming from behind, huge positive to pick that up. But again, I think that's the Conte effect. I think the aggression and the endeavour. As soon as we lost the ball, we were all over it. There was a couple of really good tackles in there, a couple of opportunities where, you know, you could really see the drive and the determination, which is something that's been missing for such a long time. You know, Tottenham, soft underbelly, that kind of stuff. But to actually be able to turn that around was great to see, and long may that continue. Knocks the riffraff down the road off of top spot, which, you know, is always nice. I know it's only one game in, but it's always nice because they do get very, very above themselves as soon as they've scored won a game. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy season regardless, but it's nice to know that you've got the backup on the bench, that you can bring players in. You know, nice to see Basuma on social media bigging up the club and his time there. Lenglet as well saying the good stuff. Perisic saying good stuff, and we've got Richarlison to come back now. Big game next week against Chelsea. Be a real tough test. A lot of people writing Chelsea off. I think that's silly. I don't think you can write anybody off this season. I look at Arsenal, and whilst we might have gone, oh, you know, they've got some, who have they bought and blah blah. I think they look strong this year. I think they'll do better than they've done. Not so much last year, but certainly the 2 years before that. It seems like they are going in the right direction for what they want. Chelsea, okay, bit of a transition period and so on, but they've still got some decent players there, and if they're adding to that squad, which I'm sure they will in the right time, then I think, you know, you can't just write them off. You can't. Liverpool stuttering against Fulham, my next door neighbour Steve will be well chuffed with that, being a Fulham fan. Said that they should have won it due to an offside. I didn't see the game, so I'm not really sure about that. But one game in, one win, that's all you can ask for. You're on to the next one. Chelsea will be a challenge because we have such a poor record at Stamford Bridge. It just stresses me out how bad that is. It's got to change at some point, and let's hope that this is the season where it changes. I think this will be the one where we start to see that little bit more experience. Maybe we'll get Perisic in. Maybe that's what he's being held back for those bigger games that need that little bit of experience. So we'll see. But obviously, happy Bunny. Another a good start to the season with that win. That's what we wanted. That's what we needed. So can only get better from here, yeah? We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Up the Spurs.